Hi, my name's Bronwyn Jane and I'm a psychic medium and a spiritual coach. You may or may not have met me before. If this is the first time that you've encountered me, hi, welcome. And if you come back for more, oh, what are you doing? No, seriously, I, I value wherever we connect, however we connect. I am grateful for the opportunity to spend some time with you. So today I wanted to explore a healing exercise. Now, do it if you're safe, if you feel comfortable. If you're not ready for it, then don't do it. I want you to focus on a situation or a person, but sometimes they're intertwined. Sometimes there is a person that created a situation. Let's be real about this, where it wasn't great, where that person or people said something, did something, manipulated someone more than once, multiple times. Maybe the person's a narcissist and most narcissists don't realize they are anyway. Maybe they're a narcissist. Maybe they just were having a really bad day, whatever it was. And I know that could be all that separately, could all be that in one situation. Life can be a lot. So I want you to just focus on that person. And it's easier if we focus it on one person at a time, even if there's a group involved. So when we do healing, we really need to pare it back and we need to do it one person at a time. So let's just think about one person at a time, and even one situation, one conversation, one event, whatever human word we want to put on what we're drawing ourselves to. So think about that. Think about to a point where it doesn't, you know, traumatize you or hurt you, or we just want to focus gently on that person and appreciate what, and when I say appreciate, consider, feel, go to that point in time of what they said to you that upset you. Now we can go into, as a separate exercise, and we probably will at some point in time, dealing with the impacts on you. Because healing is a multi-layered exercise. But for this point of this exercise, what I want you to focus on is what you experienced that was negative from that person. And this is where it's going to be hard. And then when you do that, I want you to think about why they behaved that way, why they said what they did. And when you do that, I don't want you to put any judgment on it. That's the hard part. What I want you to do, and I ask you to do, is to appreciate that what they said to you, what they did to you, was because they were in pain. Didn't say it was going to be easy, did I? To appreciate that they responded the way they did. They acted out the way they did. They said what they did because they were in pain and fear. Pain or fear. That's why they did it. Now, we can go into that and consider where they are on their journey and all that that is. And that's a whole rabbit hole that we can go down to explore, that they can only show up in a way that they are capable of at this point in time. And I say this point in time because we have to allow that everyone has the opportunity to show up differently, to show up better, to show up more, to grow, evolve. to do all that. So that's why I say at this point in time, that was the best that they could do because they were in pain. Now we can go into all the whys they were in pain and the what ifs and how they got there. That's not for us to do. It's not part of our job to judge their journey, to judge their why. That's their soul work for them to do. But what I'm asking you to do is when you focus on what someone did to you that hurt you, so you can heal from that pain, to sit in the energy of they are in pain and that is why they responded the way they did. They are in fear because they responded. That's why they responded that way. And because they're in pain, once again, here's another hard bit that I'm going to ask you to do. Because they're in pain, we have acknowledged it without unpicking what it is, because it's not our job. It's not our role. It's not part of our journey to unpick theirs. We sit with, they're in pain. They responded a particular way that wasn't ideal. And therefore, to heal their pain, we need to send them love. Yeah, I know. I'm asking a lot. But we have it within us to do that. Now, we may wish to sit in meditation prior to doing that. We may wish to do energetic exercises to draw additional love into us so we can give it to them. There's a whole heap of things that we can do for that. Or we can just simply sit. And as we breathe in, have the intention that we are filling with love. And visualize that person that maybe hurt you, did wrong, whatever it was. And just as we breathe out, push that intention of love to them so they can take that healing, if they desire, on a higher self. Because there's all these things that we have to consider when we do this kind of work. But we want to send them love because they need it. On some level, they need it. We don't need to understand what level that is. It's not our job to understand it. But if we can appreciate that when people show up, whatever that looks like, as I said, whether they act poorly, say hurtful things, do hurtful behaviors, whatever that is, if we can just appreciate that they're in pain on some soul level, on some even human level, some emotional level, there is a degree of pain, whether they acknowledge it or not. It's there. Because if it wasn't, they wouldn't be behaving the way they are. They wouldn't be saying what they're saying. They wouldn't be doing what they're doing. So we know that they're in pain. So we want to send them love so they can heal, so they can balance out that pain, and they can take that energy that they need to nurture themselves. So we don't hold resentment. We don't apply judgment. We don't delve into their whys. We just sit with the energy of, I understand that you're in pain, and I'm sending you some love. And allow that to embed into you if you wish so. And even if you struggle with that concept, and you just can only do the first part, is their behavior was because they were in pain. I understand you're in pain on some level, and so therefore I'm not applying it to me because you're in pain. If you can go to that place, if nothing else, to know that that's why they're showing up. And if you can take it a bit further, great. Where we go to that place of, you're in pain. You don't have to say it to them. You just sit by yourself and do this exercise. You can send this loving healing to them and never, ever have to encounter them again. You just sit with that energy of, I'm just going to send you some love because you need it. That's it. And if you can practice that whenever something comes at you, it makes life a little bit easier. So, as I said, it's not easy. I get it. But it's worth trying. So, explore it and keep going. Like, even if the first few times it feels weird, right? Because I know it does sometimes, right? So, even if it feels weird, just keep trying it. And you don't have to know about the other side of the equation, but you just hold that peace and serenity in your heart, and it just helps when things come at you to just go, I get it. I really get it. You need some love on some plane, some degree. You just do. And if you can grab onto that, as I said, it helps when things come at you. So I know it's a lot. I know I'm asking a lot of you. And I know it's not easy. I do. I really do. Let me show you. So I know that. But I know it works. And so I share this with you because I know these things work. And I share them with you because I want you to have the skills, the tips, anything that you feel drawn to that makes this life just a little bit easier. So if you feel inclined, rewatch this as much as you want. If it just sounds like a whole heap of gobbledygook, fine. That's okay. But I do know it works. So I invite you to give it a go.